Aloha, ohana. Welcome to Live Yoga channel. I am Terra, this is Evan, and we have dedicated this time to practice with you. We love to practice Hatha yoga as well as all styles of yoga. Yet on Mondays and Thursdays, tune in for us live so that you can join and get a full body reset. All right, so we'll spend the next hour 15 minutes together. So go ahead and roll out your mat and find a comfortable cross-legged position. I like to remove the flesh from my sits bones so I can really plug on in. Sit up tall with a long spine and let your chin drop down so that the back of the neck is long. At the top of the head is parallel to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders up and back and close the eyes. Witness the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. Let's start with a round of Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. And so this is going to be a forceful exhalation through the nostrils and a passive inhalation through the nostrils. Note that when you force the exhale or the exhale out of the nose, you're going to also draw the belly button back towards the spine. So I'll lead, follow my cues. Go ahead and inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, inhale, half breath of air, pause, drop the chin to the chest, swallow, draw the shoulders up to the ears, engage the perineum muscles as if you're preventing yourself from going to the loo, and hold, kumbha, breath retention. Release when you need the breath, relax the shoulders, sip in a bit more breath from the nostrils. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, hold the breath, drop the chin into the chest, roll the shoulders up to the ears, draw that belly button back to the spine and engage your entire pelvic floor. With your eyes closed, keep your gaze in between the eyebrows at your third eye center. Release when you need the breath. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. Next, let's do yoga for the eyes. So we're going to keep the shoulders, head and neck straight, moving only the eyes. On an inhale, exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in, exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in, exhale, look down, far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far left, look up, far right, look down, center. Instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. Bring your right hand out in front of you, right arm, shoulder height. Send the index finger, point it up towards the ceiling. Take your gaze to the fingertip. And begin to bend your elbow, move slowly, bringing the finger towards your nose, trying not to blink. Keep your gaze on the finger. Take it back out. When your elbow's extended, look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to the fingertip. Inhale, trying not to blink. Send it back out. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. One last time, bring your gaze to the fingernail. Bend the elbow, inhale slowly. Exhale. Extend the arm out in front, look past the finger. Release the gaze, bring your hands together. Let's build some heat, some prana, mana, life force, healing energy. We're going to take the right hand and cup the palm over the right eye. Take the left palm and cup it over the left eye. Do your best to not let any light in and stare into the black abyss of your palms. Healing the rods, the cones, the retinas. For all the screen time that we spend these days. Release the hands, shake it out. Let's interlace the fingers, send the palms out in front and then overhead so that the biceps are parallel to the ears as best as can. Roll down the shoulders, stretch long up towards the ceiling so you can feel the space in between the ribs, the intercostales. Let your breath be long, slow, and steady. Relax the face. Take the middle of the tongue and gently press it in the middle of the roof of the mouth. This engages a slight restriction in the back of the throat, and you should hear a hissing sound as you breathe. We call this ujjayi breathing, ocean-like breath. Engage this breath throughout practice. And we use our breath as our guide. If we're strained in our breath, let's back off. If we're relaxed and comfortable with a smile on our face and we're feeling strong, then we can take it to that next level. Go ahead and release the hands. Take the back of the palms, bring them together. Take the right palm over the left and interlace the hands. Draw the hands towards the chest. And to your degree, you're going to draw them up towards your face and out in front. Acknowledging that it may be different for each of us. Go to your pace and breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch sides, taking our time, honoring that we may feel more tight or more flexible and open on this side. To your degree, stretching the fingers, the wrists, the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release, shake it out. Let's extend the legs so that they're flat on the mat, toes facing up. Dandasana stick pose. Let's start with yoga for the toes. So we're going to do toe cranks, moving only the toes for 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 hold. We'll cross the right leg over the left. And let's interlace the toes, just like we interlace the hands. 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes. Don't use your hands. Interlace your toes the best you can. When you get to where you are, then squeeze, activating the nerves from the toes all the way up to the low back, sciatica. Squeeze and release. Let's do the other side. And in the spirit of the yogis, we stay flexible and playful as we try and we visualize ourselves. If we can't do it today, we say maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year, and squeeze and release. Good job, everybody. All right, so let's move from the ankles forward and back. 1, release, 2, release, 3, release, 4, release, 5, release, 6, and hold. Let's make circles clockwise. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Opposite. 2, 3. Let's bend the knees. We'll take the grab onto the elbows underneath of the left knee. Sit tall, and then we'll make circles with our knee for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Opposite. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Release. Try the other side for 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and opposite. Good job, everybody. Shake it out. Coming up to the front of the mat, we're going to bend the knees. Take the right sole of the foot on the inside of the left thigh. Take the left heel to the outside of the left hip. Begin to walk yourself back, honoring where you are today. Perhaps you can drop down to your elbows. You'll feel a lengthening along the left quad and the psoas. If this is your stretch and this is your edge for today, go ahead and just drop the head back. Long, slow breath. If you have the privilege to come down onto your back, you can take your arms up overhead and grab the elbows for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back down by the hips. Press into the elbows. Help the body upright. We're going to switch sides, honoring that you may feel more open or more tight on this side, depending on how you slept, what you ate last night. And in the spirit of the yogis, we practice acceptance and moderation by breathing into this side. So begin to walk your hands back. Find the modification that works for you today, whether you're on your elbows or you're laying flat on your back with your arms up overhead. Your breath is long, slow, and steady. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, take your arms back down by your side. Press into those elbows, forearms. Help your body all the way up. We're coming to standing position at the front of your mat. Bring your feet together. Roll the shoulders up and back. Tilting the chin down slightly so the back of the neck is long. Close your eyes. Feel roots growing from underneath of your feet and plugging all the way down into the earth. Feel strong and sturdy in the foundation beneath you. With your eyes closed and your gaze between the eyebrow center, about 1 inch up, I want you to remember a time where you've watched a beautiful sunrise or sunset, appreciating the life, the light, and the beauty that this celestial being gifts to all life on planet Earth. We are all graced by the sun and have life because of the sun. Feeling appreciation, for the solar energies and all the gifts they provide. Let's go through 2 rounds of classical sun salutations to offer respect to the sun. Surya Namaskar translates to respect for the sun. On an inhale, we'll open our eyes. Exhale, take the hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold forward. This is the first stretch of the day. Let's take our time here, please. No overstretching. Bring the weight of the body into the balls of the toes, balls of the feet, so that the sits bones go up towards the sky. The backs of the legs are long. You can have your hands on your shins. Perhaps you have the privilege to bring your fingertips to the mat. If that's the case, and you can bring your palms onto the mat, do so. You may be able to bring your palms with your fingertips facing back. Let the head hang heavy. The chest, with each breath, feel the chest going closer to the thighs and the top of the head growing longer towards the top of the feet. You're breathing, your ujjayi breathing. Notice with each exhalation how the body gives even a slight bit more. Feel the length all along the back body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees gently. Bring the hands facing forward. Take that left leg back. Drop the knee and the top foot on the mat. As you inhale, your shoulders come up and back, and they hang to the sides of the hips. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. You're pressing down powerfully from your right foot. Your right knee is balancing towards the middle of the body. Lunge into that front hip. Feel the hips just melt. Breathe slowly. Keep your face relaxed. And you're staring up to the ceiling in between the eyebrow center, Shambhala Mudra. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the hands back by the feet. Tuck the back toes. Exhale, send that right leg back to meet the left. Coming into our first mountain pose. In the West, we call this downward facing dog. In the East, where our teachers have practiced and studied, they call this mountain pose, like the Himalayas. So that's what we say. So pressing powerfully through your palms evenly. Press through your feet evenly so that your heels are reaching towards the mat. The backs of your legs are long and you're pressing back evenly through both knees. Your sits bones are pressing up towards the ceiling. Press the chest back towards the thighs so that your entire upper body is hanging in between the biceps. Your head and neck are light. Your breath is slow and steady. Press through all 4 pads of your palms evenly. The bottom of the exhale, hold the breath, drop the knees, chest, and chin. I like to come up onto my fingertips so that my elbows are in tight and they're up towards the sky. Breathing gently. Ashtam Pranam, 8 limb pose. 2 feet, 2 knees, chest and chin, 2 hands. You're looking down your nose, Nasakara Mudra. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, drop the pelvis to the ground. Bring the arms, I like to bring the forearms to the mat. We'll come into Sphinx first. Inhale, take the chest in between the arms. Look up, look back. The tops of the feet are flat. Your butt is soft. Relaxed in the face. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Take the hands underneath of the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Press into the palms. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Feel free to shake your head to the left and right. Or yes. The body's starting to warm up here. As you inhale, take the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right knee to the earth, the top of the right foot. Bring the shoulders up and back and lunge into that front left foot and that left leg. The left knee is centering in the body. You're looking up and back. Your chest is open to the heavens. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes. Inhale that right foot up to meet the left. Exhale, fold forward and just let everything hang. This should feel good. The body's starting to warm up. You may now be able to bring your fingertips to the mat or your palms. You may be able to press the palms into the mat and bend the elbows and walk those hands back. Honoring where you are, no strain, no stress. Just an honest assessment and loving breath for your body. Exhale completely. Bend the knees gently. Bring the palms together as you inhale. Draw the arms up overhead. Look up. Look back. Exhale. Come back down through prayer position. Release the hands to either side. Pause. Close the eyes. And receive the medicine from our first round. Might feel some swirling around your fingertips, your hips, your toes. We'll do this next round with the pace of the breath. Follow my cues. Inhale. Exhale open the eyes. Take the hands to prayer position. Inhale. Take the arms up overhead. Look up. Look back. Exhale. Fold forward, hinging at the waist. Forward fold. Bend the knees, take the right foot back, drop the top of the foot, lunge into the left leg, open up the shoulders as you inhale, looking up. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat, tuck the right toes, send the left leg back, mountain pose. The bottom of the exhale, drop to the knees, chest and chin, hold that breath out. And then slide the chest through the arms as you inhale, coming up to cobra or up dog, depending on how you're warming up and how you feel today. Look up, look back. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press that chest back to the thighs. On an inhale, take the right leg up in between the hands, drop the knee. Open the shoulders, look up, look back. Exhale, bring the hands to the either side of the right foot, tuck the toes, bring the left leg up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Look up. Exhale, close the pose, hands through a prayer position. Release the hands to the side. Take a few breaths here, honoring that you may feel a little bit longer as the ankles are warming up, the hips are more in alignment, the shoulders are more in alignment. With your eyes closed and your gaze in between your eyebrow center, I want you to imagine the most beautiful full moon that you've seen in the sky recently. We had a full moon last week. It's the other celestial body in the sky that controls all of the waters of our planet. We understand that the tides rise and fall based on the gravitational pull of the moon. And as yogis, we acknowledge that our earth body is our personal earth, our own organism that is full of plasma, blood, and interstitial fluids. And these fluids too, all the waters of our body, 80% of our body is water. And we too are impacted by the gravitational pull of the moon. So we'll do these next rounds of moon salutations, Chandra Namaskar, respect to the moon. It's the same as before, changing only the 4th and 9th postures. Go ahead and follow my lead. Inhale. As you exhale, open the eyes and bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take the left leg back, drop the knee to the earth and the top of the foot. Bring the hands through prayer position. Make steeple with your fingertips and reach those arms up overhead. You can do steeple or you can have your arms parallel, whatever feels good for you. And then lean forward and look up and back as far as you can on the ceiling. Your breath is slow and steady. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, tuck the back toes, take the right leg back on an exhalation, press that chest back to the thighs. Reaching your heels towards the earth evenly as best as you can. Imagine your sits bones are moving up towards the ceilings. Your elbows are facing one another, the inner elbows, and your palms are pressing powerfully into the earth. Drop to the knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, let the pelvis come down to the earth and come up into your version of cobra or up dog, looking up on the ceiling and back. Exhale, press into the palms, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Mountain pose. Inhale, the left foot up in between the hands. Drop the knee and the top of the foot, of the back foot. Bring the hands through prayer position up towards the sky. Lean, lunge into that front leg. Crescent moon pose. Your breath is slow and steady for 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, tuck the back toes, take the right leg up to meet the left, and then exhale, fold forward. With the hands together as you inhale, draw them up over your head, look up, look back, and then exhale through prayer position. Release your hands to the side. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale. Exhale the hands through prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take the right leg back. Bring the hand through prayer. Crescent moon on this side. Exhale the hands back to the earth. Tuck the right toes. Send the left leg back to meet the right. The bottom of the exhale, hold that breath out. Drop to the knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, coming up through cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes. As you exhale, lift the hips, take the chest back. Inhale, take the right foot up in between the hands. Drop the knee, bring the hands through prayer and up. Exhale, take the hands to either side of the right foot. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale the hands together all the way up through center. Exhale, hands at prayer position. Release to the side. Close your eyes. Long, slow inhalation. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. With your eyes closed and your awareness, take your awareness to the inside of the body. Find your heartbeat. Notice already that our heart is beating a little bit faster. Dum, 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 dum. This heart's been beating since day 27 when we were in our mother's womb. What a gift. This organ works for us day and night without us even thinking about it. Feeling so grateful for our heart as it's pumping fresh blood, fresh oxygen that we're taking in through our nose and the lungs, the bottom lobes, the middle lobes, the upper lobes. They're filtering this fresh breath, this oxygen, and they're sending it to the heart, where then the heart is purifying and sending it to every cell of our body. Thank you. Giving appreciation for our heart and lungs. Let's open the eyes. We'll come into our first asana of today. Let's do chair pose. So we'll bring our feet together. We'll bring our arms up overhead. No hard and fast rules. You can have your arms parallel. You can also do steeple position. Begin to bend the knees as if you're sitting back into a chair. Do your best to keep your arms parallel. And then take your gaze, just your gaze. Keep your head and neck straight, but your gaze is up towards the ceiling in between the eyebrow center. The face is relaxed. You're squeezing your knees towards one another. And then go ahead and lift your toes up off the mat, just your toes. For 10, 9, 8, you relax in the face. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. See if you can sit a little bit lower. And 1, inhale up. Exhale, release the hands back behind you. Interlace the hands. Draw those hands down towards the ankles. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. This should feel good. It's a nice counterbalance. Now, draw the arms away from the back of the body as best as you can. Some of us may only be moving a few inches from our low back, and that's totally okay. Let your head and neck hang. This should feel good. Returning to the visualization, like the top of the head is coming down towards the top of your feet. Bring the hands to the low back. Release the hands. Let's go ahead and do twisted chair. So we can bring some massage to our inner organs. First, starting out with our beloved stomach. So we'll bring our feet together. Bring our hands into prayer position. Bend the knees as if you're sitting in a chair. Take that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Begin to twist your head and neck. Press your palms together. Your elbows are stacked. Look down briefly so that you can make sure that your knees and your head and neck are in alignment with your toes, and then begin to twist from the head and neck, looking up towards the ceiling past your right shoulder. Draw the belly button back towards the spine and breathe gently. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, or take your left hand, keep the elbow on the outside of the knee, take the palm to the earth, and take that right arm up towards the sky. Open up the shoulder, look up to your fingertips. You can stay here or bend your right elbow, taking that right hand to the outside of the left hip for a bind. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come back through center. We'll do the same thing on the other side, this time bringing loving energy to our beloved liver. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Stack the elbows, press into the palms, twist from the base of the spine, and then take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Sit back a little bit further. You can stay here, or you can take that right hand to the earth. Press that palm into the earth. Take the left fingertips up towards the sky. Open up the shoulder, which opens up the heart. Look up towards those fingertips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your bind, if you have that. And then we'll release the pose. Come back through center. Oh, shake it out. Next, let's move to table. So we'll take our arms up overhead. We're going to keep a long spine hinging at the waist with a flat back of 90-degree angle. So you want your ears to be parallel to the biceps. Again, you can have steeple position or just reach your fingertips, but you're reaching your fingertips towards the front wall. You're pressing back through your sits bones to the back wall. Your ears are parallel to the biceps and your breath is slow and steady. Your gaze is down from your nose on the earth. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands through prayer position. Bend the knees gently. Bring the weight of the foot. I'm going this way. I want you to put your weight on your right foot and take your left leg back behind you. Your hips and shoulders are square. You can keep your arms back. If you have a neck or back injury, you can keep them in prayer position, or you can take them up, reaching towards the front of the room. It's a balanced pose here. Press that heel back towards the wall behind you. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands through prayer. Bend that right knee. Bring all 10 fingertips to the earth, about a foot in front of the big toes, and your right hand is about 6 inches to the right from your pinky toe. We're going to open up the hips. You can come down to your right palm or your fingertips. So you're going to stack the hips. We're coming up into half moon pose. And first we'll start with our left hand resting on our hip. And then we can begin to take our left arm up towards the ceiling. Final phase of the pose, turn the head and neck and look up towards the fingertips. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall. Stay relaxed. Give it a try for 3, 2, and 1. You can stay here. You can also bend that left knee and Bend the right knee so that you can bend the left knee and grab onto the ankle somewhere. And begin to press that foot away from the body. Kick that foot into your hand and look up. For 3, 2, and 1. Yogi's choice. Release. Shake it out. Maybe next week. Maybe next month. Let's do the other side. So we're going to bend our knees and take your hands through prayer position. Take the right leg back behind you. Fold forward. You can take the arms back behind you or reach them up towards the wall in front of you. The hips and shoulders are square. The breath is slow and steady. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands through prayer. Bend the left knee. Take all 10 fingertips to the earth. Open up the hips so they stack. Your left fingertips are about an inch, 12 inches in front and about 6 inches to the left of the big toe. You can take your right arm alongside your right hip. Then take your arm towards the ceiling. You're pressing back through your heels. Your toes are activated towards the body. And then finally, turn the head and neck and look up towards your fingertips. Go ahead and let's bend the left knee, bend the right knee, grab onto your ankle, your foot, your instep, and then begin to play with pressing that knee back and away. For 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Thanks for your courage. Shake it out. Let's come to our mats and do some swaying tree. We'll take our feet to the outside edges of the sticky mat. That's how wide they are. Inhale the arms up overhead. Right hand grabbing your left wrist. Take the left hip to the side. Reach over the right side of the body. And then finally, take the right armpit and move it slightly in front of the left. Look up to the ceiling past the left armpit. For 5, 4, 3, 1. Release, change sides. Inhale, exhale. Take the right hip out to the side. Stretch the side body. Take the left armpit slightly more forward than the right. Look up towards the ceiling, past your right arm. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring the feet 5 inches away from each other. We'll inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. You can keep the knees soft and grab on somewhere. Maybe that's your ankles. The idea is we're going to stand on our palms as best as we can. So we're bringing the soles of the feet to the hands. Bend your knees if you have to get there. And then begin to straighten the backs of the legs. If you have the privilege for your toes to touch your wrists, go ahead and massage those wrists with your toes. Let your head and neck relax. You can bend the elbows and draw the chest closer to the thighs. For 5, 4, bring the weight of the body into the balls of the feet so that the sits bones are up towards the ceilings. 2, and 1. Release the hands. We'll take our peace fingers, everybody. Bend the knees. Everybody take the peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes. Begin to straighten the backs of the knees. Straighten the arms. Bend the head and neck so that you're looking up. First, where the floor and the wall in front of you come together. Bring the weight of the posture into the balls of the feet. Take the sits bones up towards the ceiling. And then begin to look further up, maybe a quarter of the way on the wall in front of you, maybe halfway up the wall in front of you. Maybe you can even see where the wall in front of you connects to the ceiling. Getting a nice upper back bend here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Take the palms to the mat. Take the feet back. Let's meet. And Parvokonasana, mountain pose. Go ahead and let's bend the right knee. Take the left ankle down into the mat. Pressing powerfully through the right arm. Inhale up to both tippy toes. Exhale, bend the left knee. Take the right heel towards the earth. Press powerfully through that left palm, lengthening the body. Inhale, come up into both tippy toes. Exhale, reach both heels down towards the mat. Notice that one heel might want to come down to the mat more than the other. See if you can press both heels evenly into the floor. Notice that one knee wants to go back to the back wall a little bit easier. See if you can press both knees back evenly. Notice that one palm may want to press more powerfully into the earth. See if you can press all 4 corners of each palm evenly. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale, take that left leg up. Keep the hips square. So your left leg, you're pressing through the back heel towards the wall behind you. Pressing through that right palm. Exhale, take that left leg in between the hands. We're going to come up into Virabhadrasana 1. So the back right toes are turned in maybe 10, 20, 30 degrees. I like it at about 2 o'clock. As you inhale, the chest over the thighs, lean into that left knee. We're efforting towards 90 degrees. Our hips and shoulders are square. We're straight in our back leg, and we're gripping the mat with our whole foot. As you inhale, take the arms up overhead. They can be parallel or steeple. But similarly to before, we're going to take that right armpit and move it slightly more forward than the left. Lean into that front thigh a little bit more. Inhale, look up, in between the eyebrow center, the ceiling above. For 5, 4, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, let's open up into Virabhadrasana 2. I need to adjust my back leg. So I open up, I move my right foot back just a little bit more, lean into my front foot, my hips and shoulders are parallel to the side wall. Finally, I glance back to make sure that my arms are parallel, and then I turn my head and neck so I'm looking down the fingertips of my left hand. For 3, 2, and 1. Take the right arm up to meet the left. Lean into that front thigh. Keep the belly and chest from collapsing on that front thigh. Smile at the shake in the leg. Avaya Virabhadrasana. Fearless warrior. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the left hand on the inside of that left foot. Open up the shoulders. Stack the shoulders. Take that right arm up towards the ceiling. Look up. For 3, 2, 1. You can stay here, or you can bend that elbow and take it to the outside of the left hip. You can take your left hand underneath of your thigh and find your bind. Interlace your fingers, your peace fingers on both hands. Make a circle with. And then Look up, open up the shoulder and the heart. For 3, 2, 1. Release the hands to the earth. Drop the right knee. Let's heel toe, heel toe. Come into Kandanyasa on this side. So we'll first take our hands. This is an arm balance. So we'll take our hands in the push-up position, or about, just under the shoulders. We'll begin to bend the elbows. So we take the weight of the body moving forward. We're going to hook that left elbow into that left inner thigh. We'll walk our right toes back so that when we bend our right elbow, it hooks onto our right hip. Begin to play with lengthening. Lift the knee up off the mat. And then lean forward and begin to play with lifting the toes up off the mat. A is for attempt. Give it a few tries. Kandanyasa. For 3, 2, and 1. After you've given it a few tries, everybody, let's press back into Balasana, child's pose. Inhale slow, long, slow, and deep through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Return the breath to normal. Return to that beating of the heart. And I want you to bring your awareness to the largest organ of the body, our skin. Notice if you're feeling cooling, if you're starting to perspire. And we're visualizing all the cells, the microbiome of the skin, working perfectly as we use all of the elements of earth, air, water, fire, and ether to transform and transmute this beautiful body. We're using the powers of rajas, effort, and passion to transform the body as we move through these postures. We use heat from our increased blood flow to transmute the waters and open up the pores of our skin so we can detoxify the body. This body is so brilliant. Thank you, body. While you sit here in Balasana, please appreciate all of the systems of your beautiful body working for you. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to meet right back up into mountain pose, Parvokonasana, so we can balance the solar side of our body. This time, taking the right leg back behind us, pressing through powerfully into our left palm. Our big toe is aligned with the center of the body. The chest is hanging between the arms. Inhale, take the right foot up in between the hands. The earth and the toes are at about 10 o'clock. As you inhale, draw the body upright, bend into that front leg. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. We'll take the arms up overhead, parallel or steeple. Take the left shoulder more slightly than the right, more slightly forward. Bend into that front knee. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep your chin parallel, moving only your eyes through the eyebrow center. Shambhala Mudra. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, open up the body, send the arms back behind. I have to move my back foot back a little bit to open up my hips. And then I bend into that front knee. The heel of my front foot is in alignment with the arch. It's perpendicular to the arch of my back foot. Glance back briefly to make sure that the front and back hand are in alignment, and then bend into that front knee. Inhale, take the left arm up to meet the right, Avaya Virabhadrasana. Smile at that shake in the legs. Grip the mat with the outside part of the left foot. You're activating strong in your body. And then looking up towards the ceiling through the eyebrow center for 3, 2, and 1. Release the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Open up the hips. Take the left arm up towards the ceiling. Sink down a little bit further. Maybe need to move your back toes back just a little bit. You can stay here or you can bend that left elbow. Take the right hand underneath of the right thigh. Find your bind. Open up that heart center. Look up towards the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands to the mat. Drop the left knee. Heel toe, heel toe. Let's do Kandanyasa on the other side. Maybe easier on this side. It may not be. Yogi's choice. Take the hands underneath of the shoulders. Bend the elbows. Take the right elbow and hook it into that right inner thigh. Lean forward. Begin to walk your left knee back. Take the weight forward and then play with the balance. Give it a few tries. A is for attempt. And then again, let's meet in child's pose. Take the hands back down by your hips, palms facing up. A long, slow inhalation. Open the mouth and let out a nice, slow exhalation through the mouth. Return the breath to normal. Bringing our awareness and our attention to the brain. The big, beautiful brain is held inside of our skull. It has its own cerebral fluids. Has its own microbiome. I just learned yesterday it even has a diaphragm. And the diaphragm in our skull, it works in conjunction with the diaphragm in our torso. So this brain, it gives our ability to see and hear. So you can see me on screen, you can hear these cues, and in the mind, the intellect allows us to interpret what I'm saying and actually move how you wish. So thankful for this big, beautiful brain. We're visualizing all of the neurons firing powerfully as they should be. All of the hormones and the pituitary glands and all of the workings inside of the skull, visualizing it in perfect health. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful brain. When you're ready, let's meet mountain pose. Take your time getting there. This time, let's inhale the left leg up. And we're going to stack the hips, bend the left knee, and then you can look at it underneath of your right armpit. Should feel good. Relax in the breath. And then inhale, lengthen, press into the tippy toes, and then exhale, however you get there, Take that left knee up towards the right, or up towards the left wrist, and the right ankle as best as you can towards the right wrist. The key is to stay on top of the right knee. We'll take our hands. I like to claw alongside of my hips so that I can sit tall and look up. Proud pigeon. Feel your sacrum reaching towards the earth. Perhaps this is your pose. Perhaps you can bend your right knee and grab on with your hand or your elbow. You can take your left hand towards the sky or grab on to your fingertips behind you. Release the pose. Let's come into pigeon, twisted pigeon. Take the right hand to the right thigh or the mat in front of you. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, take the left hand back to the right thigh somewhere. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take the gaze onto the back wall behind you. Look as far back as you can. Unwinding the spine all the way from the base of the tail to the brainstem. For 3, 2, and 1. Perhaps your knee is happy where it is. Perhaps you'd like to make an adjustment and bring your foot a little more parallel. Inhale, open up. Exhale, just like Evan is showing. Let's fold forward that chest over the left calf. You can make a pillow with your forearms and rest your forehead. Make an adjustment so that you're not collapsing on your left hip, but that you're up on your right knee. Dropping. Letting go a little bit more with each exhalation. Focusing on your slow and steady breath. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring our hands underneath of our shoulders. As you inhale, press into the palms, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, and take that left leg back. Shake it out how it feels good for you. You might want to make X's and O's. You might want to bend your knees and press back into your hips, whatever feels good. And then we're going to take our left heel to the mat. Inhale the right leg back behind you, and then bend the knee and take it back a little bit further, stacking the hips. Look underneath of your left armpit for your toes. And then let's exhale, swing that left leg through, bringing your knee towards your right wrist. Slide your left leg back. Bring your fingertips alongside your hips, and then look up, look back, sink your sacrum all the way down to the earth. Look, we're getting some natural lighting. This may be your final pose, or you may be able to bend that left knee and grab onto the ankle with your hand or your elbow. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's go ahead and come into twisted pigeon. So we'll take our left hand to our right thigh. Take the right hand to the back of the left thigh. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Take that gaze back behind your right shoulder. Looking back as far as you can on that back wall. Exhale, release. Make any adjustments with that front ankle so that you can make happiness with your knee. And then inhale, open. Exhale, take that chest over the front shin. Breathing in to the beautiful right hip. Exhale, releasing stagnant, stuck energy. I love to visualize a color with each exhalation and just witness smoke exiting my hip area, especially because we sit so darn much these days. Thank you, body. Thank you, hips. Make any adjustments if you found yourself collapsing into that right hip. Begin to bring your palms underneath of your shoulders. As you inhale, press into the palms, tuck the back toes, lift the hips towards the ceiling. And then take that right leg back and shake it out, making X's and O's or whatever feels good for you. Let's drop the knees to the earth. We're going to come back into crow pose. We'll come into our squats position. And if you've mastered this pose, feel free to take it to the variation of your choice from one side or the other. But for many of us, we're going to place our hands about shoulder distance apart. We're going to bend the knees and then lift the hips up towards the sky. Bend the elbows, making shelves with the hands, shelves with the arms. I like to take the knees on the outside of the triceps and then come up on the tippy toes. Lean forward. Find the balance in the hands, all four corners of your pad, and then begin to play with lifting one foot off the mat and then the other. Try it several times. If you have your headstand from crow position, feel free to go straight into it. Give yourself several attempts. It's not that it's a hard pose, it's finding that balance. It's about creating trust. And when it comes easily. There's something, for me anyways, there was something about making 90 degrees with the elbows. You know, it's truly making shelves. So coming back down when you're ready. And then if you have a baggy shirt like me, go ahead and tuck it into your shirt. If you have a headstand practice in the middle of the room and you prefer to do that and you have a solid headstand practice, feel free to go there. The rest of us, we're going to do Sharvangasana shoulder stand to get our inversion in today. So from a lying down position, let's take our hands parallel to the sides, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Bend the knees, bring the knees in towards the chest. We're going to swing the knees back towards the body, lift the hips up, and then come to support the low back with your hands. Your fingertips are facing up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and extend the legs up. You might notice that you're not totally straight up, and that's fine. Your gaze is in between your toes. Your feet are together. Your gaze is in between your toes on the ceiling. Walk those elbows in. Make any adjustments. You should be able to feel supported in this. The chin is in towards the chest. The breath is slow and steady. We're reversing the blood flow. This posture brings benefits to the thyroid and the parathyroid, as well as the heart and all the organs. We're getting an internal bath when we reverse our blood flow like this. It's great for the endocrine system, lymphatic drainage. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. And so whether you're here or in headstand, let's go ahead. If you're in Sharvangasana, let's everybody take our legs wide. Can you do that from Sharvangasana? Go ahead and bring them back to center. Make any adjustments so that you feel supported. If you're in headstand, go ahead and go into splits. If you're in Sharvangasana, take the left foot towards the earth. It's okay if your toes don't come to the earth. Reach through that right foot towards the ceiling and left foot over your head towards the earth. Inhale, bring the legs together. Switch. Bring the right leg overhead towards the earth. Inhale back to center. If you're in headstand, go to any variation. If you're in shoulder stand, come into plow, taking both toes towards the earth. It's okay if you don't reach the earth. Feel the length all along the back, the hamstrings, the butt. Oh, if you can get your toes to the earth, go ahead and bring your hands together, interlace them, and draw them towards the mat. Release the hands. Come to support the low back. I want you to come down out of this pose, rolling. Bring the hands to the earth. Roll one vertebrae at a time. Please come out carefully and slowly. Extend the legs alongside of the mat. Extend the arms to the side. Let your head and neck roll from side to side and back to center. Come into the fish pose to counter the stress in the head and neck, the inversions. Let's bring our hands underneath of our sits bones with our palms down towards the floor. As you inhale, come onto the top of your head, bend the elbows, and come into support the body on the forearms and elbows. Take the top of the head as far back as you can on the mat. The heels are together. The toes are pointing to the sides. Your bottom jaw is slightly forward than your upper jaw. These are your fish skills, and then you're breathing. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the head and neck. Extend the arms to the side. Shake the head from side to side and back to center. We're going to roll over onto our right side and simply help the body come out to a seated position. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. Come into a forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening those arms up in front, up above. Exhale, fold forward. Whether you're grabbing onto the ankles, the big toes, or even if you can grab on, interlace your hands past your feet. Wherever you are today, inhale, open. Exhale, fold forward. Release the chin towards the chest. Allow the top of the head to grow long as if you're going towards the top of your feet. We're beginning to cool down the body now. Inhale, look up at the toes. Exhale, fold forward. See if you earn a millimeter more. Release the hands. Gently bring the spine upright. Let's take the legs mat distance. Let's come into a twist. So we'll take the right arm back behind us, reaching towards that right, the opposite corner of the mat. Perhaps you can come down onto your forearm, take the left fingertips to the mat, and then twist the body. Look as far back as you can on the wall behind you towards the right. The toes are facing upwards towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press into the elbow, help the body upright. Let's do the other side. Exhale, twist. Bring the left elbow and forearm onto the mat way back behind us. Take the right hand to the earth. Twist from the base of the spine all the way up to the brainstem. Take your gaze as far back on the wall behind you to the left. Your toes are active up towards the ceiling. For 3, 2, and 1. Press into your elbow. Release the pose. Let's bring our knees together. We're going to come into bow pose. We're going to come to balance on our seat. Take the knees up straight or have a slight bend in them. The arms are parallel, activating the abdominals. Your gaze is in between your toes. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Kapalabhati, everybody. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Spin 180 degrees for our favorite yoga posture, Shavasana. Allow the spine to come long on the mat. This is the most important part of our practice. The feet are about 12 to 16 inches away from one another, and the feet are falling towards the side. The toes are falling towards the side. The hands are about 6 to 8 inches away from the hips, palms facing up. Let your head and neck roll from side to side and back to center. As I mentioned earlier, we use the mode of rajas, the mode of passion, to move our body and activate detoxification practices and strengthening practices. Whereas now we come into the mode of goodness, to relax and return to ease and purity. This is how we bring balance into our days. So I'm going to bring you through a meditation exercise. I'm going to ask you to lift your right foot up off the mat about 2 inches, point, flex the foot, and then let it fly. Lift the left leg up off the mat, point and flex, let it fly. Inhale all the way up to your sits bones, squeeze your butt. Bring your belly button back towards the spine, squeeze the butt and release. As you inhale next, bring that breath all the way up the side ribs. Feel it grow all the way up to your shoulders, and then let out a nice sigh through the mouth. Drop the chin into the chest, keeping the back of the neck long along the mat. Squeeze, inhale, exhale, release. Make a fist with the right hand. Lift it 2 inches up off the mat. Squeeze everything in that right hand. Flop. Let it release. The left hand, make a fist. Lift it 2 inches up off the mat. Squeeze and hold. Flop. As you inhale, bring that breath all the way up into the face. Open up your mouth, and as you exhale, stick out your tongue. Relax the breath. Inhale. This time, I want you to make a funny face, squeeze your eyes, squeeze your ears, squeeze your nose, squeeze every hair on your head, squeeze, 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 and release. Your eyes are closed, bringing your awareness in between the eyebrow center, about 1 inch up. Next, bring your attention to the belly as the navel center rises and falls with each breath. No efforting here, just witness. In your mind's eye, will witness this belly breath. I want you to count backwards from 10 to 1. Inhale, navel up. Exhale, navel down. 9, navel up. 9, navel down. 8, navel up. 8, navel down. 7, navel up. 7, navel down. All the way to 1. Trying your best to not lose count. When you get to 1, release the count and let your body simply be. Begin to bring your awareness back into the physical again. First, by witnessing the belly rise and fall, witnessing that navel. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, let's go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead, stretching long into the new moment. However it works for you, to gently reawaken. Stretch from your fingertips to your toes. Let out a nice sigh. However you get there, we're all going to meet in a sideline position on our right side. Make a pillow with your right hand. Take your left hand to your belly. Send some appreciation to yourself for showing up to practice today. We believe in the benefits of a consistent practice, and this has been our driving force and our commitment to sharing here on Live Yoga Channel. Having consistent practice in creating community. In Sanskrit, we call it Sangha. Even virtually, coming together like this, it matters. I'm so grateful to know that we're practicing with you. So thank you for all the efforts to get here and to give yourself good care. Yoga is self-care. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, take the left palm, press it into the earth as you inhale and help your upper body come upright. We're going to meet in a comfortable seated position like when we began. And without judgment, simply notice shifts in your body, mind, and spirit. Taking our practice off the mat today, when people see us, whether it's on screen or in person, they see we're a little bit different. We have a sparkle in our eye. So let this joy fill you and your day, and share it with those that you come into contact with. What an honor it's been to share in this practice with you this morning, today, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, when you practice with us. Bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. If you enjoyed today's practice, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, leave some comments. Let us know what you'd like more of. We're building our programs on Live Yoga Channel. We're excited about sharing this with you. So we'll be back here on Monday at 7 a.m. Hawaii time if you want to tune in live for our classical hatha practice. And then on Tuesday, I'm doing a chair yoga break office for all the home office workers. Even if you're not a home office worker, we're sitting way too much. So I'm doing a 30-minute take a break with me chair yoga, 10 a.m. Hawaii time. And then also on Tuesdays at noon Hawaii time, tune in for a live Trust Your Guts Club, talking about all things digestive wellness and how I utilize yogic principles to navigate this modern world. Okay, so thanks so much, everybody. Have the most beautiful day ever. Aloha. Oh, thanks. We got a light.